today, but
Okay, okay.
yo, we are back for the We Gave Up naming this podcast episode 10.
10.
10. I'm real. You see my name right there.
And you see my name, Hemi.
Yeah, we back. It looks a little different as you can see. We doing the pod remote today, but yeah, let's get into it. We miss y'all. It's been a very I don't want to say productive, but it's been a crazy week. We had a lot of things to go on this week. Some crazy shit. I feel like I don't want to say the world is burning, but there's a lot of shit going on. So the first thing on my mind I want to talk about, what we want to talk about is the tragic, the let's call it what it is, the terroristic attack in New Orleans
Right.
this past week.
Can you hear me?
Um,
I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah.
yeah, I hear
Oh
you.
yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Listen, it's different. We normally side by side, so it's a little
yeah.
different. But we
I
gonna
I hear you. So let's no, but let's get into it. Yeah, no. So okay, it's a very serious thing happened. Can you tell us more about it? So, or I can introduce it. But basically, this guy drove his pickup truck through what was it on Bourbon Street?
it was on Bourbon Street through the French
Um,
courts.
through the French Quarter, killed 15 people of all different races, walks of life. Just a very tragic event, and yeah, I I don't know, man. It's just the world, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy right now. So a lot of different events going on. Then you couple that with what happened in Vegas about with the guy setting
Then they allegedly
fire.
spent. Did they allegedly like spend time together? Those two individuals, like when they ain't like in the same unit or something like that.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. But
Okay,
setting
okay.
off what's the truck?
IED.
The cyber truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
setting off the cyber truck in front of a Vegas hotel and setting off fireworks. So he
It was the Trump Tower. It was the Trump. It was the Trump
right,
Hotel.
exactly. So basically, I guess this is how I'm thinking it. Like set a fuse for fireworks to go off, and he was also like unalive himself in the car like beforehand. So he was
Right, right.
already dead. But these two events, you know what I'm saying? I think what stands out in my mind, let's go back to the event that happened in New Orleans. Uh, why? So the FBI and the media, let's say the FBI, like they weren't quick to label it as a terrorist attack.
Where he was
And
flying the ISIS flag on his truck. They blurred it out so you couldn't see it, but
yeah,
they knew almost immediately that the guy had ties or some association with a terroristic organization. So,
right. So yeah, right. So what gets me is that at first they labeled it, they said that it wasn't a terrorist attack. It had to come out later to say, oh yeah, okay, it is a terrorist attack. I just don't understand why people don't, hey, look, we're looking into it to determine whether this is a, you know what I'm saying, a terrorist attack, instead of coming out saying something that's, I mean, what, and the issue is, so criminal justice major, criminology major here. The thing with terrorism is it is such a broad definition that
right,
even the people who, and shit, you've been
right.
in the military and shit, people can't agree. It's not one different term for
No,
for terrorism. So it's such a broad thing. So if you saying that immediately, if somebody driving and killing 15 people on the streets,
that's
okay, I
terrorism.
understand.
I mean, it's
I mean,
terrorism.
but look I was about to go there, but let's just say he was just drunk, right? Just to say he was drunk, he was high, and
It happened
he
in
did the
South. It
same
ha-
thing.
Fun fact: it happened in South by Southwest too. Like
Hmm.
this is like 20. 2014, 2015, a guy got drunk, drove down a busy street during South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, killed 5 people. So, and he was drunk.
Yeah. Right. See what I'm saying? So that's why instead of not labeling it a terrorist attack so quick after, let's like, look, hey, we're gathering the facts, we're looking into it. We will give you an update as we gather more information. Like
Right.
that's instead of it coming out, oh, this is not a terrorist attack. Like that makes people are already, leery of the media and especially in this day and age with so many different outlets and people just not trusting news sources.
You
It's
can't.
just
You can't
I,
because
I know it makes it hard. Yeah.
they get a lot of third party information too. Like
Hmm.
like I mean, just the reality of journalism is not what it traditionally used to be. Like
It's
the etiquette
changed.
of the etiquette of journalism has changed a whole lot. I mean, essentially we are journalists.
Yeah.
Once you think about it, because we're reporting on things, current events, facts, or things that we perceive to be facts, which was one of the premises of us starting the podcast.
Yeah.
Uh but yeah, and it's a lot of ways to label terrorism. Like you made a great point when it comes to that. Not to go too much off subject because we are talking about the actual event, but you have like homegrown terrorism. Then you have basically religious based terrorism. Then you got government, anti-government. It's so many different ways to
Hmm.
label terrorism. So I guess it's the rush to be first, but it's also I don't want
Yeah.
to be the first to be wrong. So it's a lot
Hmm.
of that plays out now. Then you have, like I said, TikTok. Man, you got all these phones. These phones are HD. Some of these phones have uh like movie level quality. So they're essentially giving it to you immediately now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the news companies and syndicated television almost have to react like we normally would react, irresponsibly.
Yeah.
And it's crazy,
Yeah.
but
I mean, because
that's
news is
essentially
the
what it
news.
is.
Yeah. Right. The news is a business, and
Yeah.
now with the advent of social media, people can break news in a way that it's never been done before. So, and that's awesome. In one way, that's powerful because you get on the streets. I mean, you get firsthand knowledge. Like you think back,
Slippery slope, slippery
yeah,
slope.
you think back to Ferguson when you had people on the ground. I mean, boots on the ground, and actually, when you can combat, I guess, fake news because okay, we
Right,
got so many different people who are actually here and living this and giving us the real, right? Giving us the
right.
real of what's going on. But like you said, it's also a slippery slope just with that many people having access. Because I actually saw, man, I saw a guy who was on Bourbon Street after it happened, like recording like the aftermath
Yeah,
of
it's like,
it.
oh, it's brains on the ground. It's
Yeah,
just too much.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
It's a lot.
also it has desensitized us to violence and victims because
Yeah.
like it hit a little different for me because I don't know, we spent 1 year not too far time. Matter of fact, a year before COVID hit, we brought 2020 into on Bourbon Street. And it was such
Hmm.
a fun time. Like it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And
Yeah.
we always say we need to take a trip back to New Orleans on New
Oh
Year's.
yeah.
We always
Yeah.
say that, and you see that, and you just like, man, that could have been me at some point. And this is not taken away from anybody that experienced it,
Hmm.
because I don't want to do that. But it's
Right.
hard not to just look at the moments and be like, man, how easy it could be us. And then also we have Bill Street here in Memphis, which can be packed.
Right.
And at any given moment,
Yeah.
someone could take that moment, that opportunity, and say, I'm going to cause mayhem on a
Yeah.
level that's going to make national news. And it's
Yeah.
sad that we live in a day and age, and nothing's new about terrorism. Let's get that
Yeah. Of
understood.
course.
Like, but the fact that it happens here as often as it does now is alarming. It is alarming, and then a lot of times it's homegrown. The guy was a veteran. I think he
Hmm.
was a citizen of Houston. He was a member of the community.
Yeah.
Um, he also was a veteran of United States Armed Forces. And so when you look at those things and you sit there and you sit back and say, where did they go wrong? And
Hmm.
it's simple. Let's simply say that he sought out to be a part of an organization that caused destruction around the world. Right? Let's go ahead and write him off right now as a bad guy because that's a fact. He is a bad
Hmm.
guy. But let's break this down. As a veteran, and I know veterans who have experienced PTSD and other traumatic experiences and other psychological experiences, are we taking care of our veterans, right? Are we making sure that our veterans are leaving the military, if not better, the same way that they entered?
Hmm.
Also, um, it took me a long time to get on TikTok. Like I
Yeah,
fought it, fought it and I love TikTok now.
yeah,
I definitely love it now, but shouldn't we limit some of the things that our citizens are absorbing on the internet and social media sites, because a lot of it is unregulated. Yeah, they'll have these little things that said this news might be fake, but the way we
mhm,
digest things, the way our brain processes them, is a little bit different than what you see in real time. But
yeah,
I want to get back to, like, so what do you think about, I mean, because there was no way to avoid that. Bourbon Street, like, I mean, you can block Bourbon off and
yeah,
not allow access. But if you've ever been to New Orleans on like a regular day of the week, like, that area is pretty busy.
yeah.
It's not party. These people
Right,
live here, they work there, etc. And there was a
right.
lot of tourists. Like, I'm
A lot
sure,
of family, look, bro. What's crazy? My son's there. My son was there, like Camden.
yeah.
So my 11 year
It was during the
11
sugar.
year
I think the
old,
Sugar
yeah,
Bowl was getting ready to take place.
yeah.
So
So like it's crazy. Like he could have been. They could have been like they had. They said they left a few hours before that happened, but like they could have been. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how the news, how like social media, the news, all of these things have made us closer. It's just made the world so much
oh,
smaller.
definitely, 100%,
Just our
100%.
ability, our ability to travel and
I
do
mean,
all
look at
these
this.
things. And
We're shooting a podcast from two different sides of the city. So
right,
just, I mean,
and we could be on two sides of the damn world or the country. So what I'm saying, it's technology is wild. It's a wild thing.
right, right,
So
right, right, right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really want to get too much into the individual. Like, I guess in the
mhm.
coming weeks we'll talk more about the individual
Yeah,
and
more stuff has to come out. Right, it's very
yeah,
very very
what he was
fresh.
hoping to accomplish. Like, what was he hoping to accomplish with this? Because
Mhm.
they say he was a lone ranger. Uh,
Yeah,
so I can't really say what was going on.
got you.
But
But going back to your other point though, I know you said something. I was having a talk with someone. Uh, making sure our veterans are okay. And I was thinking, or we were thinking, we had a conversation to where you go for your yearly checkup, on your
mhm,
body, but they like you need a mental health checkup every year.
facts.
Like they should be, you know what I'm saying? Like the mind is the most important thing, and we do a physical, checkup, but we don't do a
Well,
mental
they ask
checkup.
you. I mean, now I know every time I go to the doctor,
Hmm.
I mean, not now as much because I have had a lot of doctor's appointments this year. But when you
Yeah.
first, you make an appointment, they ask you about your psychological things. If you go to the emergency room now,
Hmm.
they ask you about, have you ever thought about harming yourself? Has anybody harmed you,
Is
etc.
anybody in the house harming you in the home and
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
other stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
So even as an adult, I'm like, I be looking like, man, 6'3", huh? Like, but I get it.
You
I
never
get it.
know.
Right.
You
You
never
never
know.
know. You never know.
Your woman, your woman knocking your or your man like you can't assume. So you not
Oh,
not not you. I'm just saying.
yeah,
I'm saying
yeah,
you can
yeah,
be a
yeah,
6'3"
yeah,
nigga,
yeah.
and then you got your 6'6" nigga knocking your head between the
Mhm.
even bigger than him. So like
But yeah,
you can't assume, you have to act. So
and
it's
that's listen, because mentally, 2024 was a very rough year for me. Like, I literally had to, so that, like, I get exactly what you're saying. Like, when it comes to that, like, even with you, like, you had to tap into some things in 2024 as well to,
yeah,
carry you over. We did a lot of unpacking as men in
yeah,
2024.
yeah,
And so you never know when someone can become unhinged. Like, the guy looked, like I said, he looked like he was a productive citizen for a while.
yeah,
And so,
yeah,
like, what made him snap? Like, what conversation? What
yeah.
situation? Like,
Hmm.
because I don't think he was of foreign descent. So, he was one of ours. Like, and
Yeah,
this is the reality of what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
Like if we don't take care of our citizens the right way, I mean, listen, even with the whole situation with the guy killing the CEO of that is a terroristic act.
Yeah.
Like you took out the head of a corporation.
Hmm.
That is terrorism at its simplest form because you
Hmm.
cause chaos uh in an organization, you cause disruption to something that's big. I mean, that's
Yeah.
essentially what terrorism is. Like
Hmm.
that's how I feel. Like I think we think about the Middle East when we say terrorists, we think about Middle East, we
Yeah.
think about people of Arab descent, and that is far from
Yeah.
the
We have domestic.
definition of it.
Yeah, we have domestic. There's a such thing as
More,
domestic terrorism.
believe it,
So
more than like the Ku Klux Klan was a terroristic organization.
yes. Yeah.
A lot of these anti-government organizations are terrorists. Like you get caught in the wrong place in Missouri, it don't matter what your race is. In the wrong place, you can find out real quick that you ain't supposed to be there. They don't like no government. They don't like it. Don't matter what the race is.
Yeah.
So same thing with Jim Jones out down there in Waco, Texas. Like the list goes on about
Yeah.
uh terroristic organizations and things of that nature. So don't always look to say that, oh well, this is something coming from the Middle East or Al Qaeda or ISIS or any of the other, because it can happen literally at home. Someone decides that they want to go take out a school for no reason at all. That's terrorism.
Right. Yeah. Yep. To instill fear and all that type of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but pray for New Orleans, man. You don't like Bourbon Street is one of the sanctities of America. Like,
Hmm.
the one of the ninth wonders or whatever, how many ever wonders of America, Bourbon Street is one. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, let's pray for that city, who's already been through enough.
Hmm.
And people might be weary about going on Bourbon from that point
Right.
on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you don't think about it until it happened. It's like, well,
Until
this
it
shit can
happens. Yeah.
happen a lot, right?
Yeah.
But
It can't happen.
so pray for New Orleans, pray for all the victims, pray for everybody that was on Bourbon that night was a victim. So, my true prayers are up for you guys because I mean, that's a culture shock for real. Like,
Right. They call New Orleans and Memphis like sister cities, and
ah
so it's
yeah.
they're kind of we're kind of linked with them too. So yeah,
Yeah.
just I mean, just going back, like we all I'm going. I feel like almost every episode we're talking about mental health, and it's just so important. Like you speaking about my situation, and just 2024, like and what I'm doing, just talking to people and who watch this, and just trying to change my outlook on life, right? So you see people at the end of the year be like, man, 2024 was ass. Like
Man, I
now that
almost
2025 gonna be this, like it was the worst year of my life. Like, yeah, it was rough, but now like what I'm trying to do actively is like, yeah, it wasn't the best, but how can I spin it into something positive, right?
yeah,
How it wasn't the best, but I'm still here. 2025 is gonna be better, and just not dwelling on the negative. And like mental health is so important. Like I'm so thankful for my therapist and being in therapy. I had a great
right.
therapy session yesterday, and like I've always been a person who has been very introspective and in tune with my emotions, and have done the work to be better, to be more emotionally just the emotional awareness and all the things that we a lot of people don't have, is we don't get in youth, especially black boys, because as being a woman is more of a community and talking and all those things. And it's like I recognize that, damn, like came to a realization like today, like, damn, I think I was depressed in 2024. Like I was like, I
Nah,
think I
2024
was.
did your boy bad. I ain't even go. But
Yeah.
I've had, like I said, it was about unpacking
Yeah.
2024. Like it's something with, like I said, Kevin Hart, not Kevin Hart, but Cat Williams at the beginning of the
Mm,
year said this was a
yeah.
year of, because boy, it got me. But I mean, look at
Yeah.
me, 140
Yeah.
pounds lighter. Like, like I said, I've unpacked a lot of things, closer relationship with God, like just
Hmm.
did a lot of work on me and still continuing to do work. I'm not perfect for sure. Like I got a lot more
Right.
work to
Yeah.
do, but the
Of course.
realization finally able to hold that mirror up to my own face and say, you got to do this now
Hmm.
because this is it's time. This is the crossroads for you. So
Yeah, bro. Like we're not getting any younger, and is just looking at those things and not letting anybody uh you know steal your joy or make you into something that you're not. Like I had to do a lot of, like you said, unpacking. And what I was saying was that I've been introspective, but and I used to say, like, I'm not, like, I don't need no therapy. Like I wasn't like I didn't
yeah,
frown upon it, but I was
that
like, I was too smart. Like that was me. Like I already do the work. I'm too smart for therapy type shit. But
right.
that was a very callous mindset to have. But now, uh, and therapy looks different for different people. With me, uh, like, I'm very honest. I'm just an honest person, open regardless. But I'm very honest with my therapy. And just keep in mind that if you're not honest with your therapist, it won't work. Like, why would you even be going? But
Right,
I'm
going there
very
and trying to shortchange them on what you're saying.
short time. You paying, you see, you wasting money. That's how you say when you going to college. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to class, like you wasting money. But yeah, but just going in there, and like I said, it looks different. And with me being introspective, a lot of the times I'm really coming up with all my own conclusions and answers, because I have the answers already. You know what I'm saying? Just being me. But for me, what I like is being able to talk and
Right.
bounce my ideas, just talk to a professional and bounce my ideas off of her. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got a black woman therapist. Like that's who I sought her out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I wanted. I just feel more comfortable talking to her. I just wanted a black woman therapist. But just being able to talk and bounce those ideas off and just basically like have a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just talk, because it can be better than trauma dumping on your friends or family or whatever. Just having a conversation or a dialogue with a professional. So
Facts,
yeah,
facts, facts.
yeah. Moving on. I'm so I'm upset about this. I'm sorry. I feel like I failed the audience, but I forgot this guy's name. So y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'll try to put his name in the description. But I think Thursday it was he's an Olympic sprinter, not Noah Lyles.
The
I think
American.
he is American. He's a black American. He's like 6'2", whatever. He is American, but his name is escaping me now. But he won in the 2024 Olympics. I think he won. Came in third. He won bronze. He won the bronze. So
Oh, I think I know you talking about.
yeah, he won the bronze. He also won, I think, in what year was it? Was that 2020 Olympics? Did we have 2020 Olympics? I
Yeah,
think
we
we did.
did.
Yeah, yeah. But he won something, I think silver there. But anyway, he was arrested in Miami, I think Thursday, and altercation with Miami Beach like police, and he was tased, and he went to court, and his girlfriend, who appeared on Bad Girls Club, do not know her. I didn't watch this, so I don't know her name, but she was also arrested. Um, and I wanted to show the video, and I think, and just have a conversation about it. Is just all of these body cams, and all of these situations, and it's just, my thing is, a lot of it can be avoided if you look at it. Like, it was basically like the police on the side of the thing, and I'm never gonna be no. I wanted to say I'll never take the police side, but I can't say that, because I'm gonna always take the side of what's right. Like, if something wrong, I'm gonna call it out. So, and not saying that he was wrong how he handled the situation, not saying any of that, but basically how it was, like, from the video, what you see is the police are standing on the side and they have the area blocked off, and he tries to push through the police. He pushes one of the officers to try to get to his car, get to his vehicle, and this was another scene that didn't have anything to do with him, right? And he
Right.
walked up through it. So now they punched him on the ground. Now he getting tased, and this, like, I find it crazy that you would even walk through the police like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just
Face.
feel like a lot of these situations can be avoided.
Yeah. I mean,
What's your take on that? And also, just to complete the story, so when he was arrested, he was, like, they're like being arraigned and all that, determine if they're gonna let him go. They kept him because he has battery charges, like, from May, like domestic abuse charges. And I'm like, that kind of tracks to me someone who can't control their emotions. Can you hear me?
I hear you good. Can you hear me?
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that kind of like I don't like I said, I'm not painting the situation to be anything what is because video lies or whatever. We ain't got all the angles, we don't know what was said, all this type of shit. But that tracks to someone who can't control their emotions. Like you know what I'm saying, you about to get out, but now they're like, oh no, we got to keep you because we've already been looking for you. You're Olympic medalist, but you got domestic abuse warrant or whatever. So
Listen, as a big black man, listen, just don't play stupid games, win stupid prize.
mhm.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah,
Um, at some point, you just gotta let them do their job. In so many ways, like for you to not experience them situations. But let's take this to Tyree Nichols.
hmm,
Like it's almost kind of like both ends of it. Like you could just be a victim.
right,
You-
yeah,
So but again, it's
yeah,
almost like avoid them. Like, why are you being aggressive? Why are and again, this is terms that they try to, and I don't want to use those terms that they will
right,
use because,
yeah,
but fact is almost fact sometimes. Like, you got to play the
yeah,
nice game. Like, what am I tough talking you for? Like,
right, you're
why
right,
am I giving you like, because if I have something happen, I'm going to call the police, right?
hmm,
If
yeah,
something happens, I'm gonna call the police. But we literally just seen a woman get killed. I don't know if her actions was the reason why she got killed or not, or I don't know if the officer went in there with that type of situation. But
hmm,
it's almost kind
yeah,
of like the writings on you could see it happening before it happened. Like so at
yeah,
some point you have to take control of the situation and say, all right,
yeah.
let me backtrack a little bit. Let me not be the aggressor in a situation that I
I know.
can't win. I'm not even a temporary win ain't a win dealing with the police.
Which is
Step
tiring. Which is tiring. I'm saying which is tiring of having to be have your emotions in check and you not be the escalator, right? Because that's their job to de-escalate. But as a black man, you have you have
you
to go
you gotta
home. So
play the game, right?
you got
Make
to
it
play the
home.
game. And some people say they're not going to play the game. They're going to die with this speeding ticket. Like I'm like, okay, bro. But what I teach,
Congratulations.
congratulations, bro. Like what I'm saying,
But
but you
then they
do
want
play the
us,
game.
yeah, then you want us to go out here and
You
pick
don't
it.
have to. You
And
can crash out and be on the news getting
no,
beat up and
let's
kicked and tased and
that
But like you
crash.
said, it goes both ways though. So that's why it's
Yeah,
just such a hard conversation to talk about. But what you
yeah,
saying?
I don't know, man. When it comes to the police, like, I mean, we live in a city that's high crime, high violence.
Yeah,
And hell, like a lot of times, police be scarier than you. It's like shit, you calling
yeah,
them. They only want to arrive to the scene after everything is clear. I don't blame them sometimes because I be like,
yeah,
I get it, I
yeah.
understand it, but man, your job is to be a civil servant. It's to protect and serve. You
Right,
are a public servant. The police needs to act like that, but as a citizen, you need to understand the law and their right of way of authority. If they have an active scene, it's no reason for you to try and
push
bombard it. I
through
don't
it.
care what
Yeah,
it was. I don't care what the
right.
situation was. You could have said, "Hey, officer, I'm just trying to get to my car." I'm sure that they would explain to you and told
Hmm.
you in that moment, "Hey, look, this is an active scene. We're gonna get you to your vehicle as soon as possible." I
Yeah,
would like to think that that would be the case.
right.
He might have still got his ass whooped, but at least we would
Yeah,
have been able to distinguish the two. That you weren't the aggressor, they were the
hmm,
aggressor. Don't go in a situation. You spit on me, you can't control how I react to you spitting on me.
right. Facts.
So understand that when you dealing with somebody, you push me, I'm gonna poke your
Yeah,
eye out. That's how that's the rule. I'm not gonna push you back.
yeah,
You already
right.
showed me that you aggressive, so I'm gonna take it to the extreme at that point.
And
And a lot of
and
police officers have that mentality.
yeah, I was just about to say because it's human nature, and they're not
Then they're
supposed to have
authority.
that.
Then they're authority
Right,
figure. Like it's like,
right,
oh,
right,
you tough enough to play with me. We finna beat you. That's how they be
right,
thinking.
right. Yeah, because you're supposed to have use of force continuum, right? You're supposed to use the exact amount of force or what calls for the situation. But like you said, it's human nature, bro. And like I say, bro, if you give absolute power corrupts. If you have the authority over human beings, people are they're gonna abuse it. So we're gonna
And
always
it's
continue
Florida,
to have
like
these.
it's Florida. Why you
Florida
even
man,
play?
yeah, Florida
What you
man is a
even play?
thing.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Florida different, man. When it comes to their law enforcement don't play. They
Yeah,
ain't playing with you out there.
right. So yeah, hold it together. Yeah, they're different. Which one is worse? What do you think, Florida man or New York?
New York, man. I'm sorry.
New York
No,
different, right?
yeah. So this is okay. This
Bro,
is all right.
bro. Hey, bro, I might
No,
be the
let's
Segway king, bro. Come on.
listen, yeah. So in 2020, me and my boy both was in New York at the same time.
Yeah,
And New York is different. This was
yeah,
during COVID. The city was
man.
shut down.
That shit look
Um,
like a
like
dystopian
a zombie.
movie, bro.
It looked like I Am
Yeah,
Legend. Like I was
yeah.
able. I actually in 2020 was one of my fittest years. I was able to jog through Times Square. Like
Okay.
nobody bumping into you. I got video of it too, but nobody
Yeah,
bumping into you in your way. Like they had
yeah,
like soldiers out there full battle rattle. Like it looked like a dystopia, like you said, just something
yeah.
unreal. Like all the Times Square lights was on, but nobody was outside.
Nobody was outside. Like this was
But
wild.
but
Like,
but
yeah,
but listen, they got some real boppers out there, dog. Like a nigga tried to sell me a fake like Gucci purse, like like this really New York is really that place.
yeah. It
Like
really is, bro. Like I was walking, and a guy like in a wheelchair was like, "Hey, you want some coke?" I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "It's a
no,
lot. It's a lot right now. Like just on the street. Like I barely even know you. Like, like it was, So I'm like, bro, like nah, like it was just like
they can
countryside. It was
smell it on you. They can smell a victim in New York.
a
Like
victim.
every
I want to.
but nah, I'm saying in New York you're a victim.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Right, right,
yeah,
right. I
they
probably looked like I wasn't from
yeah,
there. I
you
probably looked
look
like I
like you
wasn't
weren't
from there.
from there. Bro, when you
Hmm.
said you seen the niggas out there freestyle, bro was like, I got that gas.
Yeah, that was it,
It's
man.
COVID. Cold.
Trapping in a wheelchair
Bro,
is
I went to
crazy.
bro, I went to McDonald's out there, bro. They was so fucking rude, bro. Like
Mm.
when I walked in and then that later that night I ate Taco Bell. And when I like ordered my food, I was like, yes, ma'am, no man. She's like, you ain't from here. Like the lady immediately was like, I was like, no, I'm from Memphis. Like, and they could tell, like I said, they could smell a
Yeah,
victim out there. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am, no, ma'am. Nigga, like, hurry up with my motherfucking
yeah,
food, lady. Like, that's how they
bro.
talk to each other out there.
I know, right? And the rats was crazy, bro. There was so many rats on the street, bro.
Oh,
Like that is just nah, bro. That ain't for me.
Bourbon Street like
That
that
ain't for
too.
me. Nah,
Like,
I've been on Bourbon. It wasn't many rats. It's
no,
like
go to Bourbon at night, like
it was
late night,
It was
3 in
some
the morning.
gangster
Ah,
rats.
yeah. Now them some big ass rats out there.
That's what
They
I'm
look
saying. It was a
different. Yeah,
family
they
of
big.
rats
And they don't
just
care. They don't
chilling. They
it's like
don't.
they a
That's what I'm
part of the city.
saying.
Yeah,
They
they a
looking like
part
they
of
look
this.
at you like, "What's up?"
All right, yeah. You ain't supposed to be here, B. This our shit.
Take me out the dinner.
Hey yo, take me
Bye
out
then. Look, that motherfucking
the
rats. Yo, really? But yeah, nah, yeah, that was definitely a weird time. And
Yeah,
yeah,
but
another thing I want to talk about today, just I don't know, a lot of freestyle. I don't know, just things that's on my mind. I kind of like these shows where we kind of,
yeah,
just
just
talk and have
have
a
a little
conversation.
fun and shit.
Yeah. Um, man, how do I want to go into this? Um, I don't know. Do I want to say leaving the world a better place than you found it? Do I want to say that?
Oof.
Do I want to say being a good person, being kind, and just be weary of people, who show their, what I'm saying, true colors, like when situations end. Like just be, bro. If you a stand up person, be a stand up person. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts, 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 facts. Man,
And
I think we got for some odd reason this week we kind of got the same lesson or the
yeah,
same conversation piece. Like, cause I kind of
yeah,
had like I watched the video this morning and it kind of touched me too.
okay, yeah,
But I'm gonna let you go ahead and then I'll go
yeah,
into mine from there.
okay, yeah, man. Man, being kind for goodness sakes or whatever the fuck. Like no matter if you get a reward for it or whatever. Talking to, I don't know, I had to look into age demographics or whatever, but talking to, we getting up there. not really. We didn't even have middle age yet, whatever. But really, still seeing people pass and seeing death, and like, what do you want your story to? What do you want your story to be? I found out a few hours ago that my mom's first husband, my first stepfather, passed away. So remember Alonzo.
Really?
So
Oh
so
man.
he,
Well, my
yeah.
condolences, bro. Like,
Thank you. Condolences to his family as well. You know, and I saw he passed. I think probably would be, I think, 53. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm probably a
yep.
couple years off, but about 53. Like, and you think about 53, like that's really young. And a lot of, like I'm saying, just how you write, be wary of how you write your story, because a lot of us don't have a lot of chapters left. You never know when that
Right.
books are gonna come to an end. So just do right, what I'm saying, amongst yourself, and do right amongst your people, bro. Tell me what you got.
Man, I seen a video and the guy said this in the video. He said, you know, you love somebody when you can love them and they broke your heart. And it's just like
Mm,
it goes back into say that like, you know, you're a good person when you leave people better than where you know, you're a good person. Well, that determines a good person if you leave them better than how you found them. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And also
Mm,
like I was having a conversation about women and relationships and the reason why it's such a disconnect. And this was one of my takes. I said, y'all wing it. Y'all winging it out here. Y'all changing the rules as y'all go. And men
mm,
are confused. And that's where the pushback comes from. Because if you leading off, if a man likes you, you and I both know this. If a man truly likes you, right? Because
yeah.
men never say she had to grow on me. I seen it. This is not my words, but somebody said a
Yeah.
man will you'll never hear a man say about his wife is that oh she had to grow on me. That's never the
Uh,
case.
young
Women
Travis Hunter.
generally, yeah, women truly have that sentiment more often than men. Like, oh yeah, I ain't really like him at first. He was trying, and eventually I gave him a chance.
Yeah.
That's a woman's sentiment. Men generally get the woman that they want, right? Generally, and what I mean by that is like we
I don't
we don't
know.
I ain't never
I'm listening. I'm
ever
listening.
historically I can say this. I generally get what I want.
You talking about
Uh
you though? You can't, bro. You gotta. You're not
okay,
gonna
all right, all
be.
right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm talking about.
what
You
I
got to think. That's why I had to stop
well
doing, bro. Stop
do
putting
you
myself in.
say all right, all right, all right.
You
So do
know.
you so let's get back to the meat and potatoes of
Okay.
this. Have you
Okay.
ever heard a man say she had to grow on me?
I've never heard that. No, I'm gonna
All
agree
right,
with
all
that.
right, all right. So that's back to what I mean. Like men generally
Okay.
don't have that sentiment when it comes to the woman that they get.
Yeah.
So, ladies, this is some of the best advice I can give you. The woman that you want to be, that's who you need to be day one when you meet that man. Don't tolerate it, don't accept it, don't bend
Mm-hmm.
your rules, don't break your rules, no exceptions, because that man that likes you is going to court you the way you want to be courted. And it'll never, ever, ever be a problem. If you're a woman that wants a man to open doors, he needs to be opening doors day one. Like don't walk
Yeah.
if you walk to his car and you stand in front of that door and he said, "What you doing?" And you say, "You got to open my car door." The man that wants you gonna go open that car door, and from every time at that moment, he's going to do exactly that because he wants
Yeah.
you.
Right.
Don't wait 6 years into the relationship and then now you want this dude that's gonna be like, man, what the hell you doing standing in front of the car door? You say, open my door. He be like, man, get your ass in
Exactly.
this car because
Exactly.
you moving different. So it's like, all
Yeah.
right,
You've already accepted less. You've already accepted
it's
less than what you.
I don't even want to say that. I just want to
Mhm.
because that says that a man does not value you. What I'm saying is this: if you're changing the rules up so much, you need to also understand the pushback when a
Mhm.
man says like, "All right, you being weird."
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? It ain't about
Oh
matching
yeah.
your it ain't about matching your energy. It's about perspectives. Like you want to be this, be that. If you want to be this type of woman, be that type of woman day one. Don't wait until social media told you this the type of woman you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be in your femininity from day one. That's going to drive me to be soft with you and how I handle you. You can't be moving like roughneck out here, and then this is what I
Yeah,
know you to be, and then all of a sudden I want a soft life. You
yeah,
gotta come soft. You gotta drive me into my softness and how to handle you. Like I want to be gentle. It's in my nature to handle my woman gently.
yeah,
Y'all ain't coming like that until social media told y'all to do it, and now your man confused because you've been burping and farting and all this in the bed and all this weird shit for 10 years, and then now
yeah.
you ready to finally be a lady and he ain't really understanding it. Y'all are the
Mhm,
tastemakers to this shit. I don't never, me and my guy right here, we don't do shit in alignment with each other for each other. Like, we get our shit together because he gonna check me if I ain't got my shit together and vice versa. But
mhm.
I ain't dressing for him. They laugh at me all the time about my videos and selfies and shit. And I tell them all the time, you niggas, I don't make videos for you niggas.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are the
mhm,
tastemakers. We do what y'all want us to do. Men do. Now, I
yeah,
can't speak for, you know, the ones that like what y'all like, but still pretending to like y'all. I can't speak for them. I only can speak
mhm,
for men who love women. So there's that.
yeah. I mean, I I feel your point. What we need to, I mean, I think that you can put that on both genders or look. I ain't about look. I'm about to open up cans of worms on the dims and days. Whoever, however you identify, you can use that. What I got from what you said was be yourself from day one. Is
Be
all
what you
you're
know.
saying.
Just
Be what
be
you
what
be.
you want to be day one.
Yeah,
Don't
be what
accept
you want to
less than
be.
that.
Don't go back on your expectations. Just be. I mean, I think that still goes into being yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're, well, I'm just adding additional stuff to it.
Right, right,
So,
right, right.
because if you're yourself from day one, it's no surprises. I mean, all that matters to what you're saying. So you're saying you've been a woman or a man who, you know, I don't know. Basically, you have to continue what you did to keep them in. You know what I'm saying? Now, it when you switch up and you're a different person, like I've been molded or I've been treating you this way, and now I got to figure out how to treat you because you're not that person that you said you were. Like I've
And people
definitely
change.
had that.
People change, but that's not the premise of what we're talking about. We're talking
But
about
here's the thing though, bro. We don't go backwards. I was saying this today. I love how, bro. We do not go backwards.
right.
I don't like if you're changing for the worse. Yeah,
Then
we
I don't need to be.
change.
Yeah, I don't need to
You
be
ain't
with
the
you
person
anyway.
for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we have to change. Like we have to constantly get better. How can I improve myself? Like you taking backward steps, being like, nah, bro. Like, nah, you gotta get up out the paint because we need to constantly be trying to improve ourselves in some type of capacity.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and guess
I
what?
agree.
And we're gonna wrap it up in a minute. But guess what I went and saw?
Nah, karate.
Yes. I went and saw the movie. He gave me flack the other last week, whatever, because I didn't get a chance to check it out. But I went and saw it with my son, bro. 10 out of 10,
I
no
agree.
notes. My favorite movie of the year. I'm gonna recommend if you haven't seen the movie, go out and see it for fans of horror.
Ooh, this kind of
Just send
segue. This was a good segue from that
Come on,
previous
bro.
conversation.
I'm the Segway king. I'm about to change. Put Seg. Nah, we ain't got. Shout out to he who reminds. We ain't got no producer today or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, 10 out of 10. So for fans who horror, who love cinematography, and for me,
Great
my
cinematography.
oh my god, I'm gonna get in.
You
We
did
gonna
it.
talk about it. But just bro, my biggest takeaway, bro, make vampires scary again, bro. All these
Thanks.
lovey-dovey ass, Twilight ass vampires we done had who looking for love. Like, nah, bro. Let me go. This movie is a real throwback to like real pure evil, and I like that. So, do you still remember what you wanted to talk to me about
I do.
last week?
I
Okay,
do. So
now.
I want to hear your perspective on what did you get from the movie? Because I don't want to
Okay,
go into my perspective. I want to see what you saw because I saw something when I watched it. I
yeah,
definitely it hit me a little different. It hit me a little
okay.
different.
So my biggest, oh man. So okay, this is. I spoilers, minor, major spoiler
Yeah,
alert. If you have not,
y'all had the time. Y'all had time. So
if you
let's
haven't
get
seen the
there.
movie, go watch it. If you come back and watch it, but if you have seen the movie, whatever, you don't care about spoilers, then this is what it is. So for me, my biggest takeaway of that movie was, hmm, be careful who you call out to.
Mm,
Be careful who you call out to, because we put our thoughts and our wants and our needs into the universe, or what I'm saying, you pray or whatever, however you do it, and what may come back may not be the best thing for you. You know what I'm saying? You might be opening yourself up, and that's for people who want to be loved so badly, or looking for an outlet, and we run to these different things that we ain't even prepared for it. So, and you open your heart or your mind or soul, or you're wanting something and you think it's gonna be good, but it's bad, because you just don't know when you just out there, hoping and wishing. Be careful of who answers that call. So
all right.
that's my biggest takeaway from it.
Okay. I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that. I could um let's talk about dualities, right?
Okay.
Um as a man, like I've said it on a podcast before, I've been 1 foot in and 1 foot out a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Um and so when I look at the situation, again, because I don't never want woman bashing, right? We ain't woman
Yeah.
bashing here. This ain't a place for that. But let's talk about dualities of being a man. I've been Thomas and I've been Nosferatu
Hmm.
in the same situation.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
crazy in the same situation. But let's have that conversation. Um, she called out to Nosferatu. He didn't call out to her.
Right.
She
Hmm.
saw him out, and then she went and took. She allowed another man to take her as his bride, right? And
Hmm.
he was willing to do whatever for her, forever. But she was already promised to someone else. She had already given her soul to someone else. Um, and no matter what Thomas would have did, he was never going to get her. He was never going to have her. That was never
Hmm.
his to have. And the lengths of what Nosferatu was willing to do to get the woman that called out to him was destroy everything around him and
Yeah.
her so that
Hmm.
he could have her. Um, when you go back into the movie, I ain't gonna really give too much details, but
Yeah.
look at all what Thomas lost. Look at the people around Thomas and the way they lost strictly because of his decision to fight for her
Hmm.
in that situation, to continue to try and be that man for her. And look what Nosferatu did. Before he knew where he had to be before the sun came up. He knew it,
Yeah.
but he was willing to die to get to her. He knew it. And
Yeah.
you look at a situation like that, nobody won. Who won? Thomas still was heartbroken
Yeah,
in
he
the
took
end.
a L. He took it.
He took
Excuse me. He took a L.
Nosferatu took a L too because he didn't get back home. He didn't get
Yeah.
back home, and it just says, like I said, be careful. Like you said, be careful who you call out to. Be careful. You don't have to love someone through their damage, and that's what the take
Mm,
I got from Thomas.
mm,
Like, just because you
mm,
don't have it all, just because you're not in a position, you don't have to love someone that's damaged. Like, some I seen someone say that we want to be fixers. That's why we
mm.
love people who are broken, because we want to
Yeah.
say we fix something. We
Yeah.
can't. And again, I can look at myself and I didn't see it in that moment, but you can see it.
Yeah.
On the outside looking in, you can see it 100%.
Yeah.
But me in that moment, nah, I'm trying to be something, mean something to someone
Mm,
that don't, they don't mean anything to themselves. They don't have any love for themselves. And so you when you go back and you hear the things that she was saying throughout the movie, Thomas was never going to have her, ever.
Hmm.
It almost cost him his life. Uh,
Yep, nearly.
Literally almost cost him his life trying to have someone that was never going to be his. And
Yeah.
when it came to Nosferatu, the lengths that you go to try and be or try to seek someone out could also
Hmm.
cost you your life as well. So,
Yeah.
or cost you things that you are not willing to pay. You can pay a price that you can't afford to pay. And
Yeah.
so that's that movie. Like, I guess, when I was watching it in the moments, and then it hit me like fast. Like when it hit me, it was like it changed. And
Yeah.
I know I don't you're not an atheist. You're non-agnostic, right?
Just agnostic.
Agnostic. All right, you're agnostic. But me personally, it says that when you open yourself up to God, He gives you signs and He gives you confirmations
Hmm.
to where, now that I'm in the presence of God, I'm getting the confirmations I need in places I never would have thought that. I didn't go into that movie theater looking for
Right.
confirmation, but I left with
Yeah.
confirmations of you're gonna be all right because this is the lesson that you were supposed to learn wholly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. When you open
I
your
was
mind up
yeah,
and your heart up, then you really like the. I be talking about the universe. Like it'll show you the universe, God, who,
right.
whatever. Like it'll show you. And I love that you said you don't have to love anybody that's broken, but just just in my dealings, uh, like black people, like we are a broken people. That's why we need so much therapy, and it's not about being broken and not being able to love them, but people who are doing the work. If you
Right.
are, because you once was broken, you know what I'm saying? I've been broken, and it's all about being rooted in something real, being rooted in getting better. And you know what I'm saying, just because you're broken, you know what I'm saying, just like you said, if you have a mirror and you crack it, you can put the mirror back together, you know what I'm saying, it'll still show the cracks in it, but just because it's broken doesn't mean
It
it
can't be
can't
fixed.
it can't be
And it can't be
fixed. So
fixed. Yeah. It's
mhm.
being in this big old age of ours, being fixed is a choice. Like,
Mhm.
man, it's so, like the word, like we're gonna use the N word in this moment. Got to get it off. Narcissist, right? Somebody,
Yeah.
man, listen, I'm telling you that confirmation be real when you get it, but it says talks about a narcissist, like they never want to watch a 600-pound life. And I'm like, this is a definition of a narcissist. Like when you can tell them exactly what they supposed to do, and they try to find every way possible to not do it.
Yeah.
They'll find a new audience. They'll never, once you figure them out, they mad at you because you figured them out. They're gonna find a new audience. They're gonna
Mhm.
find somebody else to believe what they got going on. But they don't want no dealings with you. They mad at you because you figured them out.
Yeah.
Like you look at all the serial killers same way. Like they're the delusions of grandeur, like the megalomania thought process of a narcissist says that I'm superior, I'm smarter, you're the problem. And when you figure that out, they're mad at you because you figured it out.
Mhm. Yeah. It's all good. For sure. No, I feel that. Yeah. I feel like you killed it. I don't have nothing else to say. I don't have nothing else to say. I think this was a good episode.
Right.
I think every episode is a good episode. Obviously,
Right. I
honestly,
like the remote thing too though, like because it
yeah,
gives you freedom. Like, and now that we know that it works, of course, once we go back and look at it, we can see exactly what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be
yeah,
changed. But it'll give us the opportunity to boom, react real time. Like we don't have to
right,
wait a week to have these
yeah,
conversations. Like we can react real time. Like people gotta understand this is only episode 10. We new, but we here. We here to stay. Like I said, and now y'all gonna get like more and more opportunities to see us on, throughout the week, like for updates and etc. Like I'm gonna start doing little segments. Because I am in a journey, a weight loss journey, of course, like
yeah,
and in a fitness journey and in a self-love journey. So I'm going to be updating you guys throughout the weeks on how that's going. Uh, do a little short little documentary with one of our other homeboys about body dysmorphia and the way things are changing, uh, etc. So,
Yeah, for sure.
hopefully we get there.
Yeah, for sure. You will get there. So 2025, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
2025
We made
is
it.
we did make it. 2025 is about self fulfillment. Whatever it looks like for you, do it. But you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. As
Facts.
always, this has been we gave up naming this podcast. It's been episode 10.
We
You
got a
know where to
name,
find us
y'all.
by then. We do got a name. We about to rebrand
We
this
got to
thing.
revisit. We got
We're
and
gonna
then we got to
rebrand it.
revisit because I think we had another name that we kind of liked too. I think it was
Hmm.
kind of within that same realm. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, y'all, we about to rebrand this thing. Like I said, photo shoot coming soon. Me and my boy, like a lot of things finna change in 2025. We really
yeah,
about to push it. This is like I said, this is y'all's podcast, like too. We just
yeah,
hosting it. We just running it. Like y'all gotta come to us. Y'all gotta support this thing, like and help us push it because this is a healthy space. This is a safe
yeah,
space. Like it ain't gonna always be what you want it to be. It's not gonna always be your perspective. So understand that as well. This is, you know, our place. This is our place too. And so, you might not agree with what we're saying, but it's still a safe space.
for sure. I don't know why my camera turned, but
That's it.
hey,
Basically
look,
said,
it's
get
like,
your ass off
hey,
here. Right. Yeah.
yeah, it
You been
said wrap
said
it
you was
up.
gonna end. Wrap this shit
Now I
up.
got to
Yeah,
turn sideways and shit. I don't know
yeah,
why that happened, but anyway,
crazy.
let's get ready. It's over, man. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. We out.